friends. Welcome to the LeggLife podcast. My name is Adam.
My name is Sherry.
Sherry Beth, what episode is this?
147.
Sure is. So we are currently in the state of Florida. We are driving down Highway 17, I believe, going to see our friend, spend the day with our friend Desi.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought, you know what? We have done a number of these road trip podcasts where Sherry Beth pulls out her phone and we just talk.
Stream of consciousness.
So that's what you guys get today. But I believe for the first time ever from the state of Florida. So this is our first Florida road trip podcast. Sherry Beth,
yes.
We have not talked about any topics or about anything we'll discuss, correct?
Nothing. We have no idea.
So here's where we're going to start. Are you ready?
Sure.
Trip so far. Oh. How's it going?
I think it's going quite well. We've been having a ton of fun with your family. We've done a bunch of stuff, but also had some downtime, relaxation time. It's been nice. The weather has actually been fantastic.
So we've had sunshine pretty much the entire trip. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to, the next couple of days, dip down into the 50s, even 40s, but 50s and 40s with sunshine still.
Right.
So
not terrible, especially coming from teens and 20s and snow in Alaska.
I was going to say, didn't you hear from somebody yesterday that it was in the 20s?
Yeah.
I will take this weather over that weather.
For sure.
However, we're vlogging today, and so one of the things you just talked about in the vlog was how this doesn't really feel like Christmas.
It kind of doesn't. As we are doing this, like recording this podcast, it is December 20th, and so we're 5 days away from Christmas. It doesn't feel like we're 5 days away from Christmas. It's weird.
We were in a coffee shop this morning, and they're playing Christmas carols and like Christmas music.
And there's Christmas trees, and there's wreaths on everything, and like there's decorations, but it just doesn't feel like Christmas.
And I think part of the reason of that is that living in Alaska, we're so used to, the song White Christmas is quite literally a reality,
right.
Every single year. And so the environment, it struggles to feel like Christmas when it's, 70 and sunny and it feels like summer in Alaska.
Yeah. Agreed.
Which makes me think of what Christmas is like for people, think in Australia.
Yeah.
This is their Christmas all of the time.
I know.
Every year is summer.
Well, really, anybody not in northern states, or Canada, or,
That's true.
On the upper half of the northern hemisphere, they don't really have white Christmases.
So it is a nice break. We have talked about how we've traveled for Christmas last year. We weren't home for Christmas. We're obviously not going to be home for Christmas this year. We think we might like to be home for Christmas next year.
I think so.
Although here's the thing, we say that now, and then we'll probably book a trip and not be home for Christmas next year.
Right.
Because I think that we like traveling more than we like tradition. Do you think that's fair to say?
I think so. And, I don't know. I do like being home for Christmas, but it's also just kind of, this is an easier time of the year to travel.
Yeah, that's true.
It's easier to take time off work. And, work is pretty slow this time of year. You actually close your offices for the last 2 weeks of December.
Yep.
Anyway, so, you're not working, and it's just kind of easier to travel this time of the year.
However, one thing to consider, next Christmas, most likely will be first Christmas with new kitten. That's
true.
And I think it would, even though cats don't celebrate Christmas.
Sure they do.
Okay. So that is something to consider. Would we want to be home for Christmas with whatever cat we get in the next few months?
That's true.
So that's something else to consider. All right, Sherry, today, I've done most of the planning for the things we're doing today.
Yeah.
You have been involved 0.00%.
I'm the passenger princess.
Honestly, and Desi are both going to be passenger princesses today.
Correct.
Kind of along for the ride.
We're really good at that role.
You too?
She and I both are really good at the passenger princess role.
You're not wrong. We are going to go do a glass bottom boat tour in the town of, I think it's like Silver Springs State Park or something like that. The reviews online were great. It is far and away the number one thing to do in the area where we're going, like near like Silver Springs State Park area. Are you obviously love cruises.
Yeah.
A lot of other boats you're kind of so-so on. How you feeling about this?
I'm a little bit nervous about this one. I do tend to get motion sickness. You have assured me that this will not be a motion sickness issue.
That's true.
I'm also not entirely sure about the glass bottom boat. That makes me a little bit nervous.
Because you don't like, even on like Princess cruise ships where they have that like glass walkway that you can walk out over the edge of the ship.
Nope.
You are not a fan of that.
Absolutely not.
So we'll see how Sherry does on the glass bottom boat tour. I think it's going to be amazing. Desi has done it before and she loved it. In fact, what Desi said is that, so in Alaska, one of the things that we do when people visit is always the Wildlife Conservation Center. Desi said that this glass bottom boat tour, she thinks is going to be her version of the Wildlife Conservation Center, where when people visit, this is what you go do.
Okay.
So you're still uncertain.
I'm still uncertain, but we'll see.
Here's what I promise you. I promise to not throw you over the side of the boat.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
What else are we doing today?
What else we're doing today? We're gonna go do some shops. We're gonna go visit like downtown Ocala. We're having dinner at a place tonight called the Braised Onion. We might go to a brewery. Just kind of random stuff.
One unexpected stop.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What happened, Sherry?
I was in the shower this morning and wiped the water off of my face, and my nose ring got caught in my wedding ring, as it does often, honestly. Like, it happens pretty often, but it's never come out before. In the 3.5 years that I've had this nose ring, it's never once actually just come out. And it did.
And where'd it go?
Immediately down the drain.
So, Sherry does not have her nose ring in right now because it's down the drain. So we also have to find a tattoo piercing studio, which I did Google. There's several in the Ocala area.
Yeah.
And we are going to get Sherry a new nose ring.
Yeah, the back piece of it stayed. So I think I just need like the top, like the pretty piece that I'll just need to reinsert.
And what I told Sherry after it happened is that, because nose ring, like jewelry, is kind of expensive in Alaska.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping it's cheaper down here. And if it is indeed cheaper down here, I think we should buy
a couple, so that if it happens again, I have a backup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I think we should do. So
I agree.
We shall see.
We shall see.
So we're kind of driving from the Jacksonville area, kind of cutting across the middle of Florida over to Ocala.
Yeah.
This road we're on, this part of the state, is the part that I've never driven on.
Yeah, me either.
So this is all new for us. It's very, just kind of give you a sense of what we're seeing. A lot of, I wouldn't say farmland, well, kind of.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, we've seen, there's some cows. We're passing cows right now. We've seen a couple of, like, equestrian centers, a couple of, like, horse farms. Ooh, that's a very pretty house. Yeah, so, I mean, lots of open land. It's really pretty.
It is pretty. It feels, this feels Midwest to me.
I was just going to say, it does kind of feel a little bit like Indiana, kind of growing up.
Flat, some like, it feels like rural Indiana.
Yep, open fields.
There is something off to our left, and I don't know what it is. It looks like a giant skyscraper.
But just one.
Except we're not near a town.
It's way too tall to be like a silo for a farm.
That's what I was thinking at first, is this a silo?
I don't know what it is.
I have no idea. Oh wait, there's it looks like maybe a, holy cow, power plant, or maybe like a gravel.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
We passed a bunch of trees and it kind of opened up, and there's a few more.
So it looks like
buildings. People don't care about this.
No, they don't care. But I want to set the stage. It looks like the nuclear. Dang it, nuclear. Power plant kind of thing.
It does kind of. Yep. I wonder if that's what that is.
Let's hope not, because I want to live.
Well.
Okay. Rest of our trip.
Yeah.
We really, after today, don't have many set plans.
No, I mean, we're going to do a nice Christmas Eve dinner.
My brother's going to do a prime rib.
Yep. And then we've decided Christmas Day is just going to be a hangout, chillax kind of day.
Watch movies as a family.
Yep.
Which I'm very much looking forward to.
I'm excited.
I am too.
Your mom has never seen Love Actually. We're going to watch Love Actually.
Okay, I love that movie.
I love that movie. That is definitely like a yearly movie watch for me. And she's just never seen it. So I'm very excited. And we were talking about it at dinner last night. And all, like, the four of us kids, I'll say kids, we're all like, oh, we have to watch Love Actually. And your mom was like, I don't know what that is. And so we decided that is definitely on the agenda. Probably Elf as well.
Elf. I was going to say, you know, one of the problems with Christmas movies is that there are so many good ones and so many that I feel like should be an annual tradition.
Yeah.
That with the busyness of the month, it's hard to fit all of the movies that you feel like you're supposed to watch during Christmas in.
Agreed.
I mean, Elf, Love Actually, National Lampoon,
Miracle on 34th Street.
I was going to say, then you get into like the classics, Holiday Inn,
Yep.
White Christmas.
Yep.
There's just like...
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's so difficult to fit so many good movies into the season. And I feel like this year we have not watched... Have we watched a single... I mean, you've watched like your Hallmark...
I've watched a couple of like Hallmark movies, but I haven't watched any of like the traditional, like, I mean, the rewatches.
You and
I haven't watched any of them.
You and I haven't watched a single Christmas movie together.
Rudolph, just nothing.
None of that stuff.
Nope.
We just passed a saloon that if we weren't... Well, first of all, if it wasn't like 10 in the morning, and if we weren't going to like see our friend, I totally would have stopped because it gave me dive bar vibes. And
maybe on the way home.
Dive bars are one of my very favorite things in the world because I feel like that's where you get the real culture of a city. It's not the cocktail lounges.
Yep.
The dive bar is where like the real working class people gather. You get to hear the town gossip.
The locals go.
A dive bar is like a well-seasoned cast iron pan. It's just got all sorts of like bits of the culture baked into it. Fair? Fair.
Yep.
So there is a brewery that I want to go to. Desi told me about in the Ocala area. We have not gone to any breweries on this trip.
Oh, not yet.
No distilleries.
Nope.
None of that kind of stuff. We did. Oh, that's pretty. We're crossing a river
Very
and there's
pretty.
like lots of lily pads. How many alligators do you think are in there?
At least 6.
At least 6? Ugh, gosh, absolutely not. Fortunately, we have also seen no snakes this trip.
Correct.
Which I'm thankful for.
Yep. I'm going to hope that we can keep it at that 0 number.
I would basically just start peeing myself. Like, I would scream like a girl and just start peeing if I saw a snake. Like, absolutely not. Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of snakes.
Not a fan of snakes at all. Have you gotten any reading or relaxing done?
Not as much reading as I expected. I did bring 2 like physical books, and I haven't even opened either one of them.
Wow.
I've had a little bit of like reading time here and there, so I've been like reading on my phone or my Kindle, but I haven't actually like taken my book anywhere and like started reading that book.
So that will hopefully be, because the next several days are a little bit more downtime, that will hopefully be something that we get done before we leave.
I hope so. I'm really hoping that, I mean, now, you know, the next couple of days it's supposed to get a little bit colder, so I don't know, but I'm hoping that we can head down to the beach at your brother's house and sit on the beach and read.
I think that...
Soak up some sunshines.
I do think the next couple days are supposed to be cold, but I feel like Christmas, like the 24th, 25th, 26th, maybe back up into the 70s and sunny.
Yeah.
So even if the next couple days it's too cold to go read, hopefully before the end of our trip we can get some beach reading time.
I hope so.
The place that my brother lives doesn't have a natural beach. It has a 14-acre man-made lagoon that somehow is even better than like the nicest beach.
Oh, it's amazing.
Like, man,
it's stunning. We took some family photos next to it the other day.
We did. Cecilia, sister-in-law, booked a photographer, which I'm so thankful she did. I just think that, I just feel like those are going to be, you know, we've never done family photos as a whole family.
Right.
My
not
mom,
like professional.
Not professionally, no. And so I'm so excited to have those. You know, part of this trip that we're on is celebrating Mom being cancer-free. Mm-hmm. And so to have photos of all of us being together celebrating that, I just think that these are the kind of things that we are going to, for the rest of our life, be thankful that we have.
Agreed.
So, very excited about those. Mm-hmm. So we just turned. We are now in the town of crud. What's it called? Putnam?
I don't know.
Or maybe it's Putnam District. I don't know. But we just turned. We are now on. I don't remember what road we're on now. But
you're doing real good at this.
Here's the thing: is that to get from where we were to where we're going, it's not like.
Yeah, there's not like one highway that cuts across from where we started to where we need to be. So we're kind of this turning every few miles.
Yeah, I feel like we've hopped on like lots of little back roads.
Yeah. Patka Baptist Temple is what we just passed.
Patka. Okay, I think we're in the town of Patka. Have any of you heard? Here's what I want to know. Do any of you live in Patka, Florida? Can you imagine if we like stopped in Patka and we saw a viewer?
Oh my gosh.
That'd be crazy.
At the Circle K.
At the Circle K in Patka, at the corner of
Wawa.
Is there a Wawa? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's talk about this.
Adam will lose his mind over a Wawa.
I love Wawa, and I know that it's very weird to love essentially a gas station or a convenience store.
I'm having trouble understanding you.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Siri's talking to us.
Siri's just trying to hear us. But Wawa, to me, is always clean. They're always nice. I've never been into a rundown Wawa. The food is good. If I have to choose a place to stop, I'm going to choose a Wawa if there is one, because it's always a good experience.
Sure. We just passed a Sonic. Fun. I don't know. I just feel like it's a gas station convenience store. I don't feel like I feel like it is probably nicer than a lot of other gas station convenience stores, but at the end of the day, it is a gas station convenience store.
You're telling me that at the place we just passed, there was a Circle K on one side, a Wawa at the other. All things being equal, you would have just like flipped a coin.
I would have pulled into Circle K because it was on the right side of the road, and that's where we would I would have gotten into it easier.
Wow. Yep. We are very different. There's a Planet Fitness. I'm a Planet Fitness member. We could stop real quick.
Go tanning.
Get a quick.
When we can just sit in the sun.
That is true. So one thing that I appreciate about Florida, and I appreciate this about like a lot of tropical locations, because it's what we don't have in Alaska. Fresh fruit. We have been enjoying the fresh fruit that we have had. It's fantastic. At our hotel in Orlando, they had the most wonderful fruit at the breakfast bar. That's all I got. I got that and like a couple pieces of bacon. I just wanted the fruit. We had watermelon at Ron and Cecilia's house the other day. Bananas. Just like, there's a guy up here on the right selling fruit out of the back of his truck. You know that's good. And you know it's good. And that's the thing, is that like I feel like in Alaska, you just have to it's either not ripe yet or it's overripe. Like, it's really hard to get like the good fresh fruit. Fruit is always settling. Yeah. In Alaska. Yeah. And so when we travel to places where you get fresh fruit, we eat a lot. And so there's actually kind of close to my brother's house, there's a what's it called, like a Florida citrus stand. Mm-hmm. And I think I'd like to stop in the next couple days and just get some, like, just have some oranges to munch on, just have some fruit. Yeah, I agree. There's a Scooter's Coffee. I don't even know what Scooter's Coffee is. I don't know, but they have a big Candyland thing out front, and that looks fun. I hope what you guys feel like. This is what I want you to feel like. This is why we do these road trip podcasts. Is I want you to feel like you are in the back seat with us as we are driving across Florida. Because this is 100% just like what we do. We're talking and we're like, oh, look at that. You guys will see this in an upcoming vlog. Sherry and I each bought new shoes yesterday, and we're each wearing them today. Yes, we are. I wore mine yesterday as well. You got a pair of Skechers. I wore mine out of the store. I got a pair of Adidas or Adidas. And I think we are both thrilled with our shoe purchases. I am. I love my new shoes. I love Skechers, and these are really cute Skechers. They're not... Some Skechers... Here's the thing. Skechers, a very comfortable shoe,
Not always the prettiest.
Normally a very ugly shoe.
Yeah.
These
Utilitarian.
they're utilitarian. Perfect. That's exactly right.
These are really cute. And they have the comfort of Skechers. So I have there's a Tom store.
That is definitely not the Tom shoe.
Oh, that's TCMS. Never mind.
It's funny.
It looked like Tom's from where we were. Sorry.
That was hilarious.
That's really funny.
That janky store is not a Tom store, Sherry.
Well, welcome to our stream of consciousness. But my shoes, these are really cute. And they're kind of nicer than tennies. So, yeah, I wore them to dinner last night.
They give me preppy vibes, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
Right.
But they're kind of preppy. You should have a shirt tied around your neck. You should talk about how you're excited to go boating in the summer. You listen to a lot of Hall & Oates in those shoes.
None of those things describe me. But
no, none of those things describe you.
But the shoes are really cute.
But they do describe the shoes. Mm-hmm. So we have about 46 minutes left in our drive until we get to the Ocala Silver Springs area, get to see our friend. We are going to stop and get her some flowers.
Yeah, for her cute little house.
For her cute little house. Part of the problem, though, is that I don't know this area or where we're driving. And so I'm just assuming that as we get closer, we will pass a grocery store or a florist that we can just hop in and grab a bouquet.
I'm guessing we probably will. We've already passed a couple of Publix. I'm sure that we'll pass some more.
All right, let's talk Publix for a second. Mm-hmm. The Pub Sub. I
think that I have had one ever in my life. So I think I've been inside a Publix one time ever in my life.
So made a video. It may not have been you. It might have just been me.
Yeah, it was just you.
On a trip where I had my first ever Pub Sub, because Pub Subs are very much a thing. A very, very loyal following. And in my mind, I thought, isn't it just a grocery store sub sandwich? What's the big deal? Here's what I will say. It was very, very good. I don't think that I would put it as high as Jersey Mike's or Firehouse for me, but it hands down the best grocery store sub sandwich, and as good as most sandwich shops. I was a big Pub Sub fan. I think we should try to get one while you're here so that you could try one.
I feel like I have tried one.
You've tried a Pub Sub?
I think so. Maybe not.
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe. I do know the chicken tender sub is one that a lot of people told me is good.
I like chicken tendies.
You do like chicken tendies. We went to, speaking of chicken tendies, went to ChickfilA yesterday. And at ChickfilA, because they have chicken nuggets and chicken tenders.
Chicken strips.
Or chicken strips.
Yep.
You are a chicken strip, not a chicken nugget fan at Chick-fil-A.
I'm a chicken strip girly. I love the seasoning on the strips. It is different than what they use on the nuggets and the sandwich. And I just really like the seasoning on it, so I prefer the strips.
So
I'm not going to turn down a Chick-fil-A chicken nugget or the sandwich, but I like the strips.
Are the strips the same? Wait, are the strips the same breading as the original chicken sandwich?
No, the sandwich and the nuggets are the same breading.
Oh.
The strips are their own, and I think that they use the same seasoning on the breakfast chicken.
Oh yeah,
as they do for the strips. I think. I am not 100% on that. If anybody here works at Chick-fil-A, please let me know.
I feel
it's been 20 years since I worked at Chick-fil-A, so they might have changed that. But
I feel like the breakfast minis, whatever those are called. Mm-hmm. I feel like those are the same as the chicken nuggets.
I don't think so.
Interesting.
I think it's the same breading as the strips, but again, I might be wrong.
Chick-fil-A, weigh in.
Let us know.
Let us know.
But I really like the strips. They're my favorite. I always get strips. This time I did not get a sandwich. I usually get a sandwich and we share a couple of the strips, but I just got the strip meal this time.
All right, so we're going to stay on this Chick-fil-A topic for a minute, okay? Some people out there say that McDonald's has the best Diet Coke. You feel like Chick-fil-A has the best Dr. Pepper.
They do.
Why?
It's scientific.
What do you mean? It's not scientific.
Here's the thing. I don't know why it tastes so much better. Because I get Dr. Pepper pretty much everywhere I go. That's kind of my soda of choice if I'm going to drink soda. And I don't know what it is about Chick-fil-A's Dr. Pepper, but it just tastes better. Maybe it's the styrofoam cups as opposed to the paper, like, wax-lined cups. I don't know, but I really like the Dr. Pepper at Chick-fil-A. Even more than the lemonade. I almost always get the Dr. Pepper at Chick-fil-A instead of the lemonade.
So this time, when I go, I normally get sweet tea or lemonade or an Arnold Palmer.
Right.
But this time, I got a Sunjoy.
Yes, you did.
Which is lemonade and sweet tea, where an Arnold Palmer is lemonade and normal iced tea.
Yep, unsweetened.
I gotta say, the Sunjoy, hands down, my favorite drink at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah?
It's very sweet, so you've got to be in the mood for some sweetness.
Which you always are.
Okay, don't flirt with me on a podcast, Sherry. This is a family-friendly podcast.
I'm just saying you have a sweet tooth. You always want sweet.
That is true. I do have a sweet tooth. I will get a Sunjoy, my guess, 75% of the time.
Oh.
I thought it was delicious.
I'm glad.
My mom had only been to Chick-fil-A one time prior to yesterday. And she actually was not a huge fan.
She was like, I don't really get it.
But yesterday, she got the #1 deluxe and really liked it.
She really liked it, yep.
So, I think we're slowly converting. And my brother and Cecilia love...
Already big fans.
Already big fans.
Yep.
So, I think we're converting Mom as well to a Chick-fil-A fan.
Yep. I think so.
Thank goodness. So, we have 3 more miles left on this road. And then 40 miles left in our drive. But friends, I think that's where we are going to end our conversation. Sherry Beth, how do you feel about these road trip podcasts?
I think they're kind of fun. It's funny to me because it really is like we don't really have anything planned. We just babble.
But what you guys just listened to for the last 30 minutes
it's pretty common to what we just do on road trips.
We just kind of talk. And we talk about what we are passing. And it's like, it's like, oh, what do we see? What's that house look like? What is this? There's a for sale sign. I wonder what those people that live in that big old house do. It is just like sort of this constant conversation. Yeah. And that's what we invited you guys in on. So friends, here's what I want to know. Here's the question. And it's going to be a very random one.
Uh-oh.
Do any of you who... No need for an uh-oh. Do any of you who are listening know this part of Florida we're driving through? The towns that we said. I think we're about to turn on, or we're either on Highway 19 or we're going to turn on Highway 19, going from Jacksonville to the Ocala area. Are you all familiar with any of this? Can you picture in your mind where we are? I'm very curious. I'm just so curious to know if any of our viewers have done this drive.
Yeah, or live near this area.
Or live near this area. What if we just drove past one of your houses?
Aw.
So friends, we love you.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us. Thanks for listening to our Road Trip Ramblings Florida edition.
Yep.
And we will see you next week on the LeggLife podcast.
Bye.
Bye.